Welcome, language fans, seventh graders. It's a pleasure to be with you in this precise moment. I have been expecting this date in order to teach you more elements in the grammar, in the language, in the speaking, in the writing process. Okay, it is a very interesting week, and I hope we will get into our topics. I promise I won't leave tons and tons of homework. Okay, it doesn't function. It doesn't function like me, doesn't function that thing to me. Okay, so I hope in God that we are going to have a wonderful week. Okay, praise be the Lord now and forever. Very good, guys, very good. Okay, I was if you received your evaluation from the not the quiz, because it wasn't a quiz, it was an evaluation, a previous evaluation. Some of you got very good notes. Okay, like Gabriel. Okay, from 8C, he had 5 out of 5. Okay, but some other students, you got a lower note, and I don't know why, guys, because these are tenses. Yes, and tenses and topics that have been, I think, that have been taught in order for you to increase your writing and tenses situation. Okay, so I don't know what happened. So I hope God that you're gonna get focused. You're gonna be, into your class for today. Okay, I joined 2 units for today and Wednesday. I have decided to join 2 units. Why? Because they are the same. They almost are the same. Okay, unit number 11 and unit number 12. We start the second partial with unit number 11, which is the simple present questions, yes and no questions, and using do and does, and how do we answer those questions. And unit number 12, it's similar, simple present questions using the WH words. Remember the WH words: what, when, who, how, okay, etc. So let's begin. Okay, if you go into unit number 11, you'll find a story, you'll find many situations, many things that talk about the simple present questions in yes and no. How do we construct a question using the simple present? And that was part of exercise number 3, if I remember, on your guideline. Okay, but some of you include did as a simple present. Some of you include do in the third person singular. Some of you include, not some of you, another amount of students include does for plural. Does Jill and Jack, okay, study in the same institution? I don't understand. I really don't understand that kind of questions. And I really didn't like that kind of writing. Okay, so I hope that with these examples that we are going to learn today, I hope you improve the way that you write the do and does questions. Okay, I upload an image with do and does, some examples using does at the third person and singular, and using do in the plural. Okay, you may use do with they, we, you, and I. Even though do is for plural, you can use it in the first person, which is I. And does, you already know it's for he, she, and it. But if you use my, does my parent, okay, it's a very interesting situation. Okay, so um, how do we construct a question? How do we construct a question using the verb do? Okay, simple. The verb do, it refers to pure actions. Okay, it refers to pure actions. And if you go to unit number 11, there are some interesting examples. On page number 121, we have an example that says, do you like questionnaires? I said, do you like questionnaires? Okay. There's an example for those that says, does she like the color red? We're including the verb like because it's a condition that belongs to me. Okay. What about if we are going to have the verb have inside inside the question? Does he have a day off? I repeat. Does he have the day off or a day off? Okay. And if I want to answer this question in the positive, I may say, yes, he does. Okay, no, he does not. And in the contraction, no, he doesn't. Okay, do they stay home on Friday? Plural. Do they stay home on Friday? As I said, the short answer, yes, they do. And negative, no, they do not. Contraction, no, they don't. How do we construct these kind of questions? Okay, at the beginning, we have to write the verb do. Okay, then we have to write the pronoun that belongs to the verb do or does. And then we're going to write the verb and the complement of the question. Do not extend your writing when interrogatives are asked to be done. Don't do it. Don't go like in Spanish writing a huge question, because at the end you just need a no or a yes. Okay, it depends on what you are trying to communicate. Okay, so um, someone said, Mr. But is it correct to answer in a long way? Yes, yes, do we have long answers? But I rather prefer that if you are going to answer in a long way, I rather prefer that you use different elements than elements that appear in the question. Okay? Do they stay home? Do they stay home on Friday? Okay, a long answer. Yes, they do stay home on Friday because they have a family dinner. Family dinner is not included in the question, so I'll accept the kind of answers. Okay, so do and does, they have their classmates, if you want to say it like that. Does classmates are he, she, and it, and do classmates are I, you, we, and they. Okay, so don't get into the mistake that Mr. Can I make the question like this? You do play football. I mean, that's a question, but not in the simple present. It's totally different than the topic that we are trying to learn. Okay, in this class. Now let's go to unit number 12. As I said, it is the same, but the only thing that changes is that we are going to include the WH word. And what happened when we include the WH word? We get more specific. We need more specific details. Okay? I repeat, and I'm just amazed that many people forgot about these elements. We are going to use specific elements. The letter S, okay? Specific elements. Okay, like what? What, when, does, okay, all of those words that belongs, okay, to the WH question. So I want you to go to unit number 11 and please attend my page. We are on page number 131. Page 131. It says WH questions ask for information. They often start with how, when, what, why, who, and what time. Okay, an example of this. What time do you start class? Again, what time do you start class? What is the difference between the sentences starting with do and does and these sentences starting with the WH word? There is a simple difference among all the differences in these questions. What, it's at the beginning, or we start the question with the word what. Time is just a time clause. It doesn't belong to the WH word. It complements, it links the rest of the question. What time do you start class? Okay? How do I get there? How do I get there? That's another question using the WH word. Some of you might say, Mr., but how it doesn't start with W? No, it doesn't start with W, but it belongs to the WH word because it has an H and it has a W at the end. So if you have the relationship, the order of the letters, it is not what we are trying to learn here, but how goes there, okay? So how do I get there? How do I get there? Okay, it's a very specific question. What happens if I change, if I delete, if I take away how and just leave um, do? Okay, do I get there? It's different. It's not the same question. How do I get there? And do I get there? They're totally 100% different. And because they're differences, the answers would not match. Okay? Why? Because the WH specifies, gives more, no, it asks for more details. Okay? If, let's see, if Kokoi from 7th A says, Mr. Osorio, how do I get there? Get where? To the cafeteria. I have to give specific address, a specific address. Okay, not just by go through the mango tree and there you have the cafeteria. No, 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 no. I can't do that. I am being irresponsible if I do that. Okay, so I can't do that, students. All right. So the WH, as I said, and I'm concluding with this, the WH word in the simple present, you can combine them. Okay, you may combine them. For example, an example with does. What does little mean? What does little mean? First, we have to write the WH word. Second, if we have a time clause, good. If we don't pay attention to that. We have to use the do or does. And then the complement of the sentence, as I said, what does little mean? All right? Students, stay safe. I'm sending you a digital hug to you. Okay? And paperwork number 11. Paperwork number 11 is going to be delivered on Saturday before 12 p.m. Saturday, May 2nd, before 12 p.m. Okay? What are you going to do about the paperwork? What are you going to write about the paperwork? Well, I want you to choose the most, not the most, I want you to choose a city from Europe and talk about that city. Give me elements about that city. What do you know about that city? What is your general information about that city from Europe? Avoid plagiarism. I will know if you copy paste information from the web. If you do it, you have zero. No book work, just paperwork for Saturday. And I insist, avoid plagiarism. I'm sending you a big hug. May God bless you and your family. Take care.